Hey guys, Lindsay here.
I'm Marissa.
Today we're going to talk about Wiscon. It was about 2 weekends ago now. It's a feminist sci-fi convention held in Madison, Wisconsin. This is our third year going. And we're going to talk about it.
I think we're crooked.
And we're crooked.
We'll start with the most important thing, which was food. Normally they do a really good job of having what they call the con room open all the time, which has coffee and snacks, and normally has the last couple of years has had hot dogs and pizza and candy and things that isn't necessarily the best for you. And this year it looked like someone else had taken over the food, and they made it very healthy.
Well, they also had vegetarian and I think vegan.
And gluten-free options. The meals were a little bit more, like normally you could just kind of go. Like, at 11:30 or 12 or 12:30 or like whenever, and there would still be food or the option for food. And this year I think it was a little bit more regimented, and their food, because it was probably more expensive, was more limited. But that was a big change from previous years.
What about the panels? What did you think about the panels?
I mean, the panels at Wiscon are essentially suggested by Wiscon goers the year before, and then voted on during the year. And then once they sort of have their schedule, then they ask for people to sign up as panelists. I went to a lot more, there's a reading track. So if you like to listen to authors read aloud their books or snippets from new books, I attended a few of those, which I really enjoyed.
Typically when I go to a lot of the science ones or like tech.
Yeah, so there's tech track and there's like a hard science track, since it is science fiction, and so Lindsay ends up going to those, which I find uber boring. So there's a track of like social critique, sort of like things going on in culture. I went to 2 on princess culture, which is essentially the Disney princess sort of pink and purple extravaganza that goes on with young children, particularly young girls. I like those. We went to 2, well, like 1.5. We came in halfway through. And those were good. I find them really interesting. They remind me of like a graduate class, which I really like. They're small, they're intimate. We talk about different issues and kind of critique them and break them down, and that's what I like to do. Because Wiscon is all volunteer, and they have like this large volunteer base that puts it on every year. They had a big transition this year, and there was a lot of drama around that transition, and so I think a lot of people were talking about it, and we don't really know much about it. We haven't been around very long, and so I sent Lindsay into this one session.
I'm reading the schedule, and there was this panel, and I was like, did something happen last year? We had no idea.
There were a few things that were happening within the leadership of Wiscon. Without getting into like all the gory details, some harassment that was going on at the actual conference in the last couple of years, and how that was dealt with, and then how some of the harassment and racism within like the leadership was dealt with, and how that has led to the transition to sort of a new crop of leadership. So it was in this huge ballroom, and I didn't go. I went to a different session, and they ran over like a good 30 minutes and had to get kicked out because they were setting up for, a much larger event that evening. And so we got to learn a little bit about the inside scoop there at Wiscon.
If you want to know, Google it. It's everything's online. So someone is actually live tweeting that panel too.
It's like when you go to a place and there's all this internal stuff, and as an outsider you really don't know what's going on. This year that's how it kind of felt. It was good. We ate at some good restaurants in Madison.
Yep.
Yum. The concourse, of course, was really great.
They redid their whole lobby.
Yeah, the hotel.
So
the hotel's always really great. Well, my goal this year, vote on the panels, so I get some of the panels I want, and then to also sign up for a panel. I'm not usually that type of person. I feel like I need to have an enormous amount of information before I sit in front of someone and talk about stuff.
That's very good.
But it might be like, because I actually do have a master's degree in gender and sexuality studies. So like the feminism track, like I can speak to some of this stuff.
I will not be on a panel. I hate panels. The only panel that I really do is host home. And that's just because I talk about how we live.
Friday morning they have the writer's workshop, which I've done once, and this year they had a workshop about the imposter syndrome, and I would have been very curious as to what that was about and how it went. And so I'd be interested if they will do that again, and if it was, well attended or whatever.
If you know, let us know.
Yeah.
And if you were there, let us know what panels you really enjoyed and what you thought of this year's con.
And if you were there and you do watch our videos, you should say hi to us, because we don't know how to make friends. I'm just kidding.
I'm not kidding.
You should say hi. Hard. You should say hi. I'm not kidding about.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys, if you're into books, particularly sci-fi, speculative fantasy books, you should go to this, and especially if you're into.
Oh yeah.
If you're a feminist. If you were there, let us know. Say hi in the comments, and then again next year. But we had a really good time. Good job to all the organizers who put it on. Really enjoy ourselves, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Peace out.
And we're in the car again. Going to Wiscon. It's been going on for what, almost 40 years? Although we can't tape anywhere in there because there's like a no taping policy or like a consent policy.
It's easier just to not videotape.
Yeah.
Because people have feelings.
And because we're feminists, we care about those feelings.
We do. We don't want to offend anyone or anyone who might not want to be on the internet or might not want to be seen on the internet. We respect this.
We'll check back in at some point. You'll probably see our hotel room because, well, we can tape there until Marissa's family come. And then that will just be weird. Anyway, bye. Hey guys, we made it to Madison. It's the next day. Hung out with Marissa's dad and let's see, off to work. And Marissa's eating an egg. So, we haven't come to you.
Everybody's mom does that. Even your mom does.
You come back, you leave with more things that you brought, so, but.
Truth.
So it's Monday. That's exciting. And it's the end of the conference. We just had our last panel thing to go to this morning. We're packing up everything. And it was a good convention. How'd you like it?
I liked it.
And
I think it was really good. I had a good time. I learned some things.
And Marissa's mom brought like lots and lots of bedding.
So I asked her for like a mattress pad. I just wanted one that she had at home already because we have full beds at home. And she had decided that she was going to get me pillows, a mattress pad, another mattress pad, so that's what that is. It's all new stuff. It's just, which I didn't need new stuff. I just wanted.
It's true, but now we're going back with like that extra box, which is super fantastic. It contains a homemade blanket from her.
Quilt. A homemade quilt.
I'm excited about that. And then 4 more bags. And we offloaded 2.
We offloaded a plant.
A plant and a bag.
And 1 bag.
And we increased to 4 bags in a box.